Hello guys, today I will be giving a full explanation on how to play TDS for beginners. So to start off, you obviously join the game. Daily login rewards, just claim that. Nice lobby, right? Well, wait up, don't move yet because as a beginner you might not know where to go when you load in. But before that, I'm going to explain what TDS is and how to play it. You have these thingies called towers, and they shoot enemies. Well, most of them anyway, more on that later. Towers do damage to enemies, but the starter towers aren't so good themselves because they're quite basic, but as you get more experienced of the game you can get better towers. Better towers do more damage or have better reload times, but are also more expensive in terms of buying the tower and placing it down. Of course, your towers themselves will not last the whole game, not even the best tower, and that's because you can upgrade towers by making them better with each upgrade. A beginner at TDS would have the two starter towers, Scout and Sniper. In TDS, there are many waves, and with each progressing wave, the enemies will be different, by being in a larger quantity, being faster, being stronger, or having an ability, all until it gets to the final boss. Got the general idea good? So to actually play a match, look at the light blue neon text that says survival. Go there. After that there will be elevators with maps listed on them, telling its name, difficulty, and a picture of the map. You should play with your friends, or ask a pro to carry you. If you play by yourself, the game will get boring as you will keep losing in the process. But since I am good enough to solo, I will show you an old recording of me soloing Molten. So here are a few of the main towers currently available in the game, though there are actually a few more that are from events, which, most of them are harder than the usual game modes available in game. There also are emotes, which literally do nothing but make your character dance, but I never bought them until I got golden crates, so yeah. There also are crates. The basic crate just gives a basic color for a tower. The premium gives pretty good skins, but costs 100 Robux. The golden crate is what I was saving up for, but now at the time of writing this I already have a golden tower and it costs 50,000 coins, aka the most grindy thing to get in the game. It also gives towers a special buff, making them stronger. The toy crate, which basically makes certain towers completely green, and the looks crate, for 300 Robux, gives you arguably the coolest skins. There's also some other stuff, mostly things you can buy with Robux, but they really aren't that important. There is a new season rewards system, and for this season I am showing here, you have to collect a certain type of item. Once you have enough of these items, you can redeem them for skins. In the past, you got these items from winning or losing a game, but now you have to collect the items in game. Kinda bruh, but there's been a new update and now on the site there's something new from this to this. The new party system is quite simple. If you are playing with your friends to play a matchmaking event, aka Nuclear and Badlands 2 game, you will play that with them. If you are the leader, create a party and invite your friends. Your friends should receive an invite pop-up, or check their invites, then you can play the match once all your friends are in. For a survival, Nuclear, and Badlands game, you choose the amount of people in your party. If you choose more, there will be one or more random people playing a game without a party that will join you. Anyways, now we will move on to the actual match. So after falling from a great height, you will have three options: normal mode, molten mode, and Fallen mode. Normal mode is arguably harder than Molten mode, as it has 30 waves as opposed to Molten, which has 40, but they share the same enemies, and only a few enemies are different in normal mode. The final boss, on wave 30, is the Great Digger. Winning normal mode gives you 200 coins. And coins are the currency used to buy towers, emotes, and crates. After normal mode, there is Molten mode. For experienced players, this mode is used for grinding coins, since it is very easy to beat for anyone with decent towers. It gives 500 coins, and the final boss, on wave 40, is the Molten boss. The last one is the hardest of all, for survival games that is Fallen mode. The enemies here are much more difficult and harder opposed to normal and Molten mode. The final boss on this mode is the Fallen King, which also appears on wave 40, like the Molten boss. So vote for a mode, and yes, by the way, you have to be level 10 to do Fallen, so just pick normal or Molten if you are not being carried by pros. As a beginner, you should place your towers at the start. Not that you really have a choice, but place them in a good spot where it can utilize its range. The range is the blue circle around a tower, and this is where the tower can see and shoot enemies at. Don't apply this advice, since these are farms, they don't do damage, so don't place them in a good spot for regular towers. The towers that do the most damage should be prioritized for having the best placement, unless they are support towers. Which brings me to my next point. TDS players categorize towers. Support towers can buff a tower or help a player in some way during the game. There are ground and cliff towers. Ground towers are placed on the ground, and cliff towers are placed on cliffs, which are like elevated spots. Cliff towers have longer reload times but do more damage. Now I will talk about the wave structure, or when certain enemies will spawn. In every game mode in TDS, there is a certain wave structure TDS follows. To start, there is an enemy that has average speed and is basically the second easiest enemy in the game. Then, after like 2 waves or something, there is a faster enemy with a lower amount of health. This is considered to be the easiest enemy in the game. That is, not including the event variants, which are harder. Then there are tankier enemies which are slow but have way too much health. Then after that there is a combination of all of the above, until it gets to the first boss. The first boss has at least 160 health for every game mode, and comes out quite early, so you need to have something decent to kill it. Next there are 2 bosses, and then there will be hidden enemies, and your towers must have hidden detection to kill them. They walk pretty fast and by now you must at least have a good defense. Somewhere after the hidden enemies there will be mystery enemies, turning into a random enemy when killed, but they are kinda rigged, so don't be surprised when you get boss spam. Honestly, the wave structure is almost the same for all game modes, so just try it out and make sure to prepare well. And also there is dialogue at the bottom by a dude named Commander who's supposed to give you tips but literally tells you the wrong thing. Most of his advice gives you information that is accurate but don't follow his tips. And the only thing he's useful for is his fire rate buff, because he is also a tower. Anyways, it is quite repetitive and boring to do the same thing over and over again in TDS, so make sure to do some challenges, because these make the game more fun. Anyways, that's all for today's vid. If you have any questions, ask me in the comments or go to the TDS wiki, link in description below.